Hi there. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Global Korea scholarships, which are provided by South Korea to encourage international students to pursue their undergraduate and postgraduate programs in the country of South Korea. My name is Anand Venkateshan, and I'm the founder mentor of Mentors Capital, a platform that helps students connect with mentors across the globe and make better admission decisions. So let's get this video started. Why should one study in South Korea at all? Well, I think the answer to that question is kind of self-explanatory. First of all, there are many Korean universities that are recognized across the globe. In fact, the QS World Rankings places 6 Korean universities in the top global 100 universities across the world. So clearly, Korea does a great job of providing undergraduate and postgraduate education that is world-class. Secondly, the capital city of South Korea, Seoul, is the 7th most innovative city in all of the world. This means that we know of corporates such as LG and Samsung that come out of Korea, and these corporates have actually innovated and continue to do so, and hence offer great opportunities in the field of technology, science, and engineering. Clearly, this implies that they have a deep expertise in the fields of IT, robotics, and telecommunications. And also, the cost of living is relatively cheap when you compare it to the top developed countries of the world. So let's talk about the Global Korea scholarships. The GKS, as it is popularly known, has been offered by the South Korean government for a long duration of time. Under this scholarship, the tuition fee of around 5 million won, which is the currency of South Korea, is offered every year in terms of tuition fee to accepted candidates. Obviously, people who are able to avail of the Global Korea scholarship get almost 3 lakh rupees per annum as scholarship fee. Not only that, they also provide for airfare, which is actually on the basis of your actual expenditure, and also living expenses, which is also quite liberal. In addition, the scholarship also provides for various other expense heads, such as medical insurance, a language course, which is obviously mandatory because if you want to study and work in South Korea, then you need to know their language. They also provide for research and printing allowance in case you're doing a postgraduate program, such as a master's or a diploma, and you need to print your research. And last but not the least is the fact that the GKS offers almost 220 UG positions and almost 1,080 postgraduate scholarships. So plenty of opportunity if you obviously plan this out early enough. All right, before I go ahead and give you more about the GKS or the Global Korea scholarships, let me take quickly a minute to tell you more about us. Mentorscapital.com, which is the name of our platform, is clearly a networking and mentorship platform. And our core belief is that mentorship can solve a lot of problems, whether this be about, course and career choice, or it's about finding out information about the application process itself and how to do well in the same, and also about preparing for the various rounds of admission, which includes a written test, a language test, preparing statements of purposes, and finally tackling admission interviews. So how exactly does mentorship work? Well, it's very straightforward. Just pick up your mobile or your PC and log on to visit www.mentorscapital.com. You'll find that there are a host of mentors from diverse fields on the platform. These fields include traditional ones such as engineering or law or social sciences, new age ones such as biotechnology, business analytics, and data science, and also some contemporary ones such as e-commerce, digital marketing, finance, marketing, and so on and so forth. Once you find a mentor that suits or fits your specific needs, all you need to do is book an appointment, and we'll ensure that you can get on a Zoom call with the mentor of your choice and clarify all your doubts. Our services, though, go beyond just one-on-one mentorship. We actually provide a host of services, which include, at the basic level, application support in terms of shortlisting colleges, creating an application, writing admission essays, and writing the letters of recommendations. As a further step, you'll obviously also have to take an admission test, which might be the GRE or the GMAT or the SAT in case you're applying at an undergraduate level, and also language tests such as IELTS and the TOEFL. Last but not the least, most admission processes in top universities include admission essays, but also include online assessments, which would be in the form of video assessments that you need to tackle. Our team will prepare you for all of these components and also put you in touch with mentors who've cleared these processes in the past so that you can make use of their deep expertise. All right, so let's get back to our agenda for the day. The Global Korea Scholarship, the UIC, is the term given to their undergraduate programs. The undergraduate program has only a single track, which is called the university track. What this means is that there are almost 8 to 10 universities which offer the GKS scholarship. All you need to do at an undergraduate level is visit these websites, visit the websites of these 8 universities and find the program of your choice and the relevant section with regard to the GKS. Once you do so, you need to apply to one university and one program offered by that university. And if accepted by that particular university, your case will then be forwarded to the NIIED, which is the central department that looks after the Global Korea scholarships. At that stage, your application will be evaluated once again. And if selected, then you'll be one of 100 grantees to receive the Global Korea scholarship. While this was at an undergraduate level, the field of study, remember, could be pretty diverse, although most of the time it tends to be engineering or information technology. At a postgrad level, which is called the GKSG, or at the graduate level as it is known outside India, there are 2 tracks available. The first track is called the embassy track, whereby embassies across different host nations recommend candidates for postgraduate study. And so what you need to do is you need to contact the relevant embassy, which would be the New Delhi embassy, and contact them and put in your choice for which institution you're gonna, and also select which institutions are you preferring. Now remember, at a postgrad level, there are many more universities. There's almost 56 to 59 universities that come under the embassy track. These are split into 2 types, type A and type B, obviously in terms of tiers. When you're applying for the Global Korea scholarship for post-graduation, you have the choice through the embassy track, you have the choice of choosing any 3 different universities and apply through the embassy track. Now, once the embassy track clears your application, you still need to be cleared up by the NIIED, but the process is fairly straightforward if it's the embassy track. The university track, on the other hand, offers about 88 plus universities or 88 plus institutions that you can avail of for the Global Korea scholarship. In totality, if you put together both the embassy track and the university track, there's almost 1,378 grantees across different host nations. Well, not just that, it's also pertinent to note that when it comes to postgraduate study, there are quotas that are given to respective host nations. Thus, if you're an applicant from India, you have almost 54 positions which are at the postgraduate level, which means master's programs or PhD programs that are more research oriented. In fact, this year there's been a new category called the research paper based programs, right? Which would be short duration 1-year programs that also come under the ambit of the Global Korea scholarships. Well, now that we've talked about the Global Korea scholarship, let's quickly touch upon what admission criteria are used by the scholarship? Well, evaluation points are given to the application itself, whereby obviously you're going to mention your qualifying score in the undergraduate or post or school degree that you have, school study that you have pursued. Documents will be reviewed for both your qualification as well as your competency. Remember that the Global Korea Scholarship requires a minimum of 80% in your grade 12 exam, right? Or in your qualifying exam, which could be your undergraduate degree. Extra points are given, obviously, for competency, for showing high degree of competency, either by way of work experience or by way of research conducted in your particular field. Also, 10% extra points are given towards your candidature in case you have a level of 3 or more on the topic, which is the test of proficiency in Korean language. What is the timeline? Well, if you're looking to apply to Korea as an undergraduate applicant, remember that the applications begin in the month of September. So roughly September and October are the months whereby you need to contact either the universities, if it's the university track, or the embassies. Obviously, if it's the undergraduate program, you're going to have to contact the universities, right? Once the universities start recommending candidates, this happens in the month of October, November. And finally, the results, right, of both stages. Remember, there's a stage of selection by the university, and then there's a final stage of selection by the NIIED. At this stage, the results or the offers are announced, and finally, you get to travel to the country of Korea in the month of February in order to commence your education. On the other hand, if you're a postgraduate applicant, then you need to start a little later than undergraduate applicants. So in the same year that you wish to pursue your education, the scholarship opens in the month of February, right? So around about this time when the scholarships are announced. For the next 2 months, candidates apply for the Global Korea scholarships, and all these applications are then reviewed. Both the embassy and the university track applications are reviewed. Finally, after recommendations are considered, around the end of June is when the results are announced and offers are made to candidates. Those who accept these offers and finally pursue their education will arrive in Korea in the month of August, which is when the term will begin. Well, I hope I've given you a flavor of the Global Korea Scholarship. If you're an undergraduate student, then please do plan in advance, because the month of September, October would be key. Do your research well in advance and make sure that all the timelines are met by you. If you have any further questions, do write into me at anand@mentorscapital.com. You can also send us a WhatsApp message at the number shown on the screen, or just visit our website, that's www.mentorscapital.com, and leave behind a request for a call back. Thank you, and hope you have a great week.